Hello, all of my fans out there, and by all my fans, I mean hi, Allie. How you doing? Hope everything is going well for you. Anyway, so I know that I talked about doing monologues, and then I was thinking about it. I realized that video diaries are basically monologues, so I'm going to be essentially doing like a video diary monologue type thing where I just kind of speak the thoughts as they come to me and just see what happens. But I do have my journal entries here if you want to look and see some more organized thought patterns, but this will just kind of be a train of thought, so it might be a train wreck because most of my thoughts have been hot messes lately, and I'm just a super busy mess, but that's okay. And I just wanted to say that I'm doing this in my invest corner because these are all the posters that we got from Herb. I simply don't know his name, but they are a bunch of fun posters, and this reminds me of Invest, so this is where I will be doing all of these videos. So I thought that I would start off with just a sort of general reflection on how the internship process for me has been going, working with Beth and all the amazing girls with vocal empowerment, and as Beth calls it, vocal empowerment, or young women's vocal empowerment for climate justice, which is super cool and super rad. And overall, I am enjoying the process. I really like working with Beth. She is such a talented, incredible, wonderful lady who has so many different projects and so many different things that she's doing, and she's just so cool, and she's a super inspirational lady, and I'm glad that I can be mentoring under her and doing an internship with her as my supervisor. And also the young women who are in Young Women's Vocal Empowerment are they're crazy and wild, but they are so cool. And I wish that when I was their age that I was doing this shit, because they're actually out there doing it. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but I did, and I will not do that anymore. But they are out here learning about climate justice and doing different things in their community to make their voices heard, and that is just so cool. And they are all such bright young ladies. Like when I was in middle school, I was not thinking about climate justice or sexism or racism, but here they are, like, doing that on a weekly basis, and that's so cool, and I'm really inspired by them. All that being said, I do have some, like, I don't really know how to describe it. I have some feelings about the internship. So, as you know, I was debating between 1,000 Voices and Young Women's Vocal Empowerment, and I ended up sort of on a whim going with vocal empowerment, and I have some, maybe, I think regrets is too strong a word, but I do have some strong feelings about it, and I kind of am interested in how my life would have turned out if I would have interned with 1,000 Voices. At the time, I didn't want to intern with them because even though everything that they were saying was so great and wonderful, and I love Neymar and his being in general, but I initially didn't want to intern, I wanted to, but I felt like I couldn't because of the time constraints, and I said I was too busy and I wouldn't be able to do it, which I think at the time was good. I mean, I'm learning to say no, but now here I am, like 9 weeks later, still thinking about that. And during the summer, I really thought about how important heritage was to me and building community through just building community. And 1,000 Voices would have been a great way to get in touch with my African roots and to learn about building community through singing and dancing, and that is super cool and super important, but I just did not feel like I could do that. And now, since both Beth and Neymar are professors in one of my classes, which is Performance for the Community, and it's basically like an invest class for theater, which is super cool, and I really love that. But I think about it almost every Tuesday and Thursday when I have that class. I can't help but think like what would have happened if I would have done 1,000 voices. I would be doing social media for them, which is something that I'm super into, and that is just something that I think about a lot, and I don't really know how to get past that per se. I obviously am showing up and being super present and doing all that I can for vocal empowerment, but just in the back of my mind there's always this sort of nagging feeling that's like, what if you did this instead? Like always that what if route, which is not great, and I am definitely working on getting past that. And so that's where some uncertainties of mine lie. Like, just did I make the right choice with this internship? And I know that we had many things, many assignments to help us like narrow down our focus and make sure that we were doing the right thing for us, and at the time I thought I was, but now here I am and I just simply do not know, which is not great, but that's where I am. Also, the structure for 1,000 Voices would have been super good and would have been more structured because while Beth is super amazing and a great supervisor, the vocal empowerment internship has been a little less structured than I would have liked it to be, and it's a little hard, especially because Beth has so many things going on, so I don't really know if there was a place for an intern, and I don't know if I sort of forced myself into the position, but that's where I'm at, and I know that this video has been a lot of like the what ifs and am I doing the right thing, but that's just a sort of overall reflection on my part and how I wanted to preface everything else, just by getting it out there, by naming it. So it's been named and it's been said, and maybe just by speaking about it, even if it is to myself in my room all alone while my roommates are at Rocky Horror, maybe that'll just be enough for me to air it out. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. I need to think of a cute and clever catchphrase to end my videos with, but if you like this video, like it, subscribe, share it, and if you have any comments, let me know in the comments below. Okay, thanks YouTube.